What's up, everyone? Allan Morrow here, and welcome to this little bit of advice that I just want to share with you guys because I feel like it's something that I get asked quite regularly. So I thought this would be a good little video just to sort of give you a bit of a better insight into it. And the thing that I get asked for regularly is sort of like presets or settings for particular sounds. So, for example, like what sort of EQ do you put on your kick? Or, what sort of compression do you put on a particular sound? Or, how do you EQ your leads? Or what sort of delay are you using on your acids or whatever it is? Um, and it's it's not really something that I can give an answer to because every time you've got a sound and you're adding these either settings or EQ or effects to these sounds, it's going to be totally different according to the sound that you're working with. So, for example, if I was to send you an EQ or an EQ setting for my leads, for example, and I was to show you that my EQ is boosted around the 2K mark with a little bit of a dip at a certain frequency, that might not work for your lead. You might find that your lead needs to be dipped at 2 kilohertz, sorry, and that it might need boosting a little bit more in the low end, for example. So that setting that I've sent you could be completely destroy the sound that you're working with. The same goes for sort of compression on kicks, for example, like the attack and release time. This is all going to be different every time for the length of your kick, the type of kick that you've got, the transient on your kick. I don't necessarily compress kicks myself, but anything with a setting like that, whether it's delay, reverb, or anything like this, it really depends on the sound that you're using. With EQ, it's going to be according to what is playing at that time. So there's no real sort of like cheat sheet setting for anything in terms of anything. I don't feel with production. It's a lot to do with what's happening at that time and your particular sound. Another sort of scenario where this might be detrimental to you is you might have a preset. For example, you might be sent a preset that might work on someone else's track, and for example, it might be like a lead. Use this lead sound on your melody for whatever. It's a really nice lead sound, and yes, it might have been a really nice lead sound for that original melody, but you might then use that lead sound on your melody and realize that it's not working for the simple fact that you might have some higher up notes and some lower down notes in your melody, and either one is causing some distortion in either the low end or the high end. In which case, that preset then has to be changed according to your melody, or it might just not work. So there's never really an exact setting for anything, I feel, with production, and it's all got to be changed depending on what you're doing at that time. So before you think about all these sort of like, I guess, presets, or you see like these presets that you see out there, like, oh, do this with your kick, or do this or do that with this, just have a think about it first. If it's being boosted in a certain area, that could be because that particular kick that was being done on needed boosted in that area. If you're EQing, for example, your whole track in a master, you might do a dip somewhere or a boost somewhere, and you might see that in a tutorial online. Ask yourself first before you just go and, oh, that person's done that, I need to do that on my track. Is that needed on your track? Because it could be the complete opposite for your track. So always have a bit of a think about that when you are doing your EQing and stuff like that. EQ according to what is there at the time. If you want a bit more information on EQing and stuff like that, I've got a tutorial on the website where I run through that a lot in depth and everything like that. I go through different EQ types and stuff like that. But just going back to it, as I say, don't expect a preset to fix all your solutions and have that preset for every single sound that you use, because it's just not going to work. Do it according to the sound that you're working on at the time. I hope this has helped you. As I say, I get asked it a lot for particular settings, and I don't like to give an answer for the simple fact that it might not work on your sound. It's going to be different. So yeah, I hope this has helped you. Have a little bit of think about it when you do come across these sort of like presets that you might use. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you want more tips like this, please hit the subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. I'm really trying to grow the channel a lot this year. If you'd like to see more in-depth tutorials, head over to allanmorrowstudios.com. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. Have a great day.